A beautiful day for racing here in Phoenix. Hello, everybody. It is Bucky hanging out with you, and Mayhem Media proud to present the Grand American Series and a recruitment race as their brand new gas series will be kicking off in January. And the Mel's Diner 70 set to roll off here today for a 70-lap recruitment race here in Phoenix. Taking a look at our top 6 starters, our pole sitter Tim Suzio in the 16 machine, Kenny Tripp second to his outside. In the 20 machine now for our third place starter, that is Todd Cray, and the 72 Dale Garrett is fourth. And our third row to be the 56 machine, that is Will Jones, and in the 21, that is Ben Pelletier. Getting ready to take ourselves to the green flag here. 70 laps of racing as another recruitment race for the Grand American Series. Presented by Shark Motorsports, our Gunslinger Whiskey green flag is out, and we are underway for 70 laps with Suzio and Tripp on the front row, battling it already down into turn number 1. Looks like Suzio with a slight advantage. Tripp still hanging tough on that outside. Dale Garrett in tow right behind him. A little deeper in the field, starting to thin out just a little bit. Tripp with a good run down the backstretch. Through the dog leg into turn number 3. Oh, he slides up the hill. Something obviously wrong there as he's going to lose several spots, unfortunately, falling back through the field. We'll have to see if our pit reporter Mo Newer will be able to get us some details on that here in just a little bit. Suzio continuing to lead with Dale Garrett rolling in that second spot. Cray is in third, Jones is fourth, and Pelletier rounding out our top 5 right now. Looks like most of our top 10 have gone single file, set to ride it out here just a little bit. Deeper in the field, some side-by-side racing here. Has Tripp, who's fallen right now into the 12th spot. He's got a whole bunch of cars hungry to try to get by him. The 420 of Huskins able to get by now. That 5 machine of Hendrickson. Oh, Kallentai getting a little bit loose, saves it back there deeper in the field. Huskins still able to get by. Tripp able to finally, whatever the situation is, still able to hold on. Up in front of them just a little bit. You see the 32 of Shannon. He's side by side with the 8 of, that is Kremborg. Kremborg able to push Shannon back. Still in the early stages here of our recruitment race number 2 for Shark Motorsports in the Grand American Series. Still a lot of action back here as the 12 machine of Tripp starting to regroup and get himself moved forward here. It's 5 of Hendricks and the 420 machine of Huskins. They're still battling out side by side. The 07 of Hillman and the 00 of Hale all in this mix as well. Oh, now we see Tripp and Shannon. They're going to be working themselves side by side. Still Shannon working that bottom line in the 32 machine. Tripp still able to hold on. That 5 of Hendrickson. Oh, he gets a little bit loose here as we're coming off of turn 4. Trouble. Oh, wild ride for Huskins in that 420 machine as we have ourselves a slobber knocker here on the front stretch. Field has caught the pace vehicle now. I'm pretty sure a lot of the guys up towards the front will stay out, but with pit road open, a lot of those guys in the back that were involved with that, I'm sure will be making their way to pit road. A couple of fakers here. Oh, Kenny Tripp just get word from our pit reporter Mo Newer and said brake issues. That's why he had trouble down there in turn number 3. As you can see, a lot of damaged vehicles pulling into the pit area. We have our first caution of the day during our Mel's Diner 70 with the Grand American Series. Pace vehicle about to pull into the pits as we're ready to go back to green, ready to come to lap number 11. This will be completing lap number 10 as the field comes off of turn 4 in the Gunslinger Whiskey green flag back up in the air, and Suzio right away gets himself right up into the top spot, free and clear. See the 20 there of Cray working out on the inside. Looks like yellow has come back out. Dialing up our Mies Targets replay, you see the 47 machine of Krenner get in just a little bit hot, and it looked like possibly the rear end snapped around on him when he hit those brakes a little bit too hard there into Bill Dart, and unfortunately Barry Hines gets a lift job up into the outside retaining wall. Early going here in our recruitment race for the Grand American Series presented by Shark. Armel's Diner 70 slowed by some cautions early, but that is usually the case with recruitment races. Once the field gets kind of whittled down here, it's usually some better racing as the green has come back out. Suzio blinking a little bit during the last caution period. Hopefully that doesn't affect things too much. Keeping an eye now on that a little deeper in the field here as the 20 machine was trying to make a move there on Garrett, not able to complete the pass. The 8 machine of Kremborg trying to make a move now on that 32 machine of Shannon. Bill Anderson in tow, getting a bird's eye view of this battle as they go down the front stretch. Working lap number 18 this time at the start-finish line. We will complete that. Good side-by-side battle starting to develop here. Thinned out just a little bit. Throughout the rest of the top 10, it certainly looks like things have kind of calmed down just a little bit. Kremborg still trying to make that move on that 32 machine of Shannon. Gets a good run this time coming off at turn number 4. Looks like maybe he'll be able to complete the pass. Shannon, though, with a good run. He's able to maintain at least an outside position there. Oh, the two make contact. Shannon falls back just a little bit. That's going to allow Anderson to try to make a move underneath. Now the 21 machine of Pelletier into that battle there, trying to crack himself up just a little bit further. Anderson in that 57 machine right now running in the, looks like the 9th spot. Is that right? 8th spot. Deeper in our field, back half of the top 20. Some slicing and dicing going on. There's a lot of contenders trying to regroup from that early set of cautions that we saw. Maestro looked like they're in the 54 machine, trying to make his move up towards the front. 52 Christensen, there's Maestro right now trying to move underneath the 18 machine of Beach. Suzio continuing to still hold on to the top spot. Dale Garrett in that 2nd spot got himself secure there, but that 20 machine of Todd Cray putting heavy pressure on him. That's the battle for 2nd and 3rd. Right now rolling in the 4th spot, Will Jones and the 14 machine of Cecil rounding out our top 5. Taking a look at the back half of the top 10, you have Turnmeyer, 8 of Kremborg, Anderson, and Shannon and Pelletier rounding out the top 10. Looks like the field's starting to calm down just a little bit here, starting to put some laps together. The 32 of Shannon right now has some, well, he's the meat in the sandwich here. As now the 21 of Pelletier looks to maybe try to crack underneath during the dogleg run there. Gets a good run, try to see if he can outbreak him down into turn number 1. That 32 of Shannon has been running a little bit different line than most everybody around him. Kind of looks like he's trying to diamond the corner and get some momentum coming off at turn number 4. As it looks like the yellow has returned to the speedway. Let's see what our Mies target replay shows here. See a little bit of contact in front of him. I think maybe the 7 of Dart let off and the 06 of Heichman wasn't prepared for that. Let's take a listen here. Yep, hear him get off the gas. Heichman not able to react in time, and Dart goes into the infield. We'll keep an eye on pit road to see if any takers here. Suzio faking out there just a little bit. Oh, it looks like our first taker here, the 14 machine of Cecil. In the top 5, he's coming into 32 of Shannon as well. A few other takers towards the back. Some of those probably trying to get some repairs made to their vehicles. Pit stops are over. Take a look at our running order that we have as of right now as they're running on the speedway. Tim Suzio, our leader. Bit of a blinking problem, though. Hopefully it doesn't affect things. He's our leader right now. The 72 of Garrett rolls in 2nd. 20 of Cray is 3rd. 27 of Turnmeyer is 4th. And rounding out our top 5 is Kremborg. Back half of the top 10 is the 57 of Anderson in the 6th spot. 7th, 21 of Pelletier. In the 8th spot, Timothy Hale has now cracked himself up into the top 10. And the 88 of Eddie is 9th, and rounding out our top 10 on this restart, the 181 of Werdeman. Just shy of halfway in our Mel's Diner 70 recruitment race for the Grand American Series, the Shark Motorsports new touring series that will be coming this January. Again, that 20 machine of Cray looking to try to make a move right off the get-go on that 72 of Garrett, but Garrett's been holding strong. Now it's Turnmeyer joining into the mix as well. And that 27 machine and Kremborg looking to his outside, trying to challenge him for that 4th spot. Turnmeyer able to get the gas coming off at turn 4, hold him off for the time being. Anderson into that mix as well as he falls back just a little bit, but Kremborg looking strong on the outside. I think his momentum got killed there just a little bit as Cray of the 20 machine slid up off of turn number 1 into 2. Still dog fighting it down into turn number 3. Turnmeyer still holding everybody at bay for that 4th spot. Up front, Suzio continuing to lead. Kremborg looks like he's got a good run to the outside, able to finally get by Turnmeyer, puts himself up into that 4th spot. Anderson looking in that 57 machine, try to outdo him. Oh, a little bit off the throttle as he went up just a little bit high, able to maintain it for the time being. Anderson looks down underneath of Turnmeyer, looking to try to steal the spot away. Turnmeyer, see the car dancing and prancing just a little bit, coming off the turn number 2. Pelletier now looking to mount a challenge outside that 57 machine as the yellow has come out. His targets replay sees the 52 of Christensen. I'm not sure if he misjudged on how the entry was going to be on the 10 machine, or if maybe he just overdrove that just a little bit. Unfortunately, collecting him and Varel. Field coming off of turn 4. See if any takers on pit stops. Again, during this recruitment race for the gas tour, 1 tire change is allowed. Whether it's 2 or it's 4, you're allowed to change tires at least once through the day. Ready to go back to the green flag during our Mel's Diner 70 with the Grand American Series recruitment race number 2. Gunslinger Whiskey green flag out, and Suzio with a great jump to get things started here, leaving everybody else in the dust. Garrett still holds on to the 2nd spot. Kremborg and also Turnmeyer now. They're going side by side back there for the 3rd spot. Turnmeyer with the advantage for the time being. Anderson back behind them as his hands full, as now not only is the 21 of Pelletier working him over, but the 88 of Eddie and the 12 of Tripp into this mix as well. Turnmeyer, Kremborg, their nose to tail now is Kremborg able to get back around. Anderson, though, still trying to hold on as Tripp has made his way past Eddie. Now he's looking to get down underneath that 21 machine of Pelletier. Eddie looking to join him as well. Werdeman in that 181 in tow with Callentine right back behind him. This time by lap 37 of our 70 scheduled distance here at Phoenix on Mayhem Media's coverage of the Grand American Series recruitment race. Down into turn number 1. Oh, looks like contact. And that will bring out another yellow flag. Replay here showing, I think maybe Werdeman just got off the brakes a little bit sooner than Callentine had anticipated. And unfortunately bringing out another yellow flag. Take another look this time from inside Callentine's car. I just don't think he anticipated Werdeman to come down like that. He dirt tracks it, tried to save it, but unfortunately, car just snapped around. We'll be starting lap 43. Last time, Suzio got a great jump. We'll see if the field will react a little bit better this time as our Gunslinger Whiskey green flag comes out. A lot better start for the rest of the field. Suzio still able to get out in front and shuts the door. Turnmeyer now looking to try to put his name at the top of the scoring pylon as he and Anderson now going nose to tail. 21 of Pelletier rolls in the 5th spot as of right now. Tripp in, Maestro Mastro, in the 54 machine, starting to make some moves as he's coming forward. Moves to the inside of Hale. Get by Timothy Hale. Oh, trouble way down on the end of the back stretch, or front stretch. Keep an eye here on number 10 on the replay here. Car looks like it gets a little bit loose right there, snaps, and then that's unfortunately where the field didn't have time to react. Ready to go back to the green flag. This time by lap 48 officially as the green has come out. Suzio able to get a good jump. Garrett holds on to the second spot, but Turnmeyer and Pelletier right there on his back bumper. Maybe Turnmeyer with a look-see underneath for second spot. Not able to do it. Mastro right there rounding out the top 5 right now. And that 54 machine looking to try to strike. Nowhere to go. Late in the afternoon here. Tires worn out. Starting to get a little bit greasy here at the virtual Phoenix International Raceway. Here I'm working the throttle coming off at turn number 4. Chasing the car just a little bit there as we move the field down into turn number 1. Trouble way in the back stretch, or the back of the front stretch, as the yellow will come out again. Our knees targets replay will show actually a couple incidents here. We have a car spinning in the back and the one up towards the front. Josh Fogg and Andrew Schroeder, both of those cars spinning, bringing out our yellow. We'll reset our top 10 as we are working 18 laps left here. Still Suzio at the point. Been up front for the whole race, but Dale Garrett has been hounding him there, rolling off on this restart in the second spot. In the third spot, then the 21 of Pelletier. In fourth is Turnmeyer, rounding out the top 5 would be the 54 of Mastro. Back half of the top 10 as the 12 of Tripp rolling back to the green in sixth. The 14 who pitted early, Cecil, he's worked his way back up into the top 10. Timothy Hale, the 00 is 8th. Bill Wilson in 9th. And the 18 machine of Beach rounding out the top 10. Ready to go back to the green flag. When we come back to the green, it'll be 16 laps to go. Green is out. Suzio again getting a great jump down into turn number 1. Garrett right there on his back bumper. Turnmeyer and Pelletier, they're side by side, deeper in the field as well. A lot of side by side action deeper in that back half of that top 10. 21 of Pelletier and Tripp, they're side by side. Looks like we've kind of calmed out outside the top 10. Wilson right now rolling in that 11th spot in that number 1 machine with the 57 of Anderson. The 32 of Shannon looking to hold on to that ride. Work down on the apron there. Chases the car up just a little bit. Great door-to-door battles throughout the field here with the K&N cars. Almost 3 wide there. Hold on, everybody. Getting a little bit on the crazy side. Still 2x2, 3 rows deep. Back here as we're still fighting for the 11th spot. Suzio still our leader. Has a comfortable lead right now. Just about a half second over that 32 of Garrett, who's about ready to get a bumper full of that 27 of Turnmeyer. Tripp now into that 4th spot, and Mastro rounding out our top 5. 14 machine of Cecil has moved himself down underneath Timothy Hale in that 00 car. Battling for the 7th spot. Give it to Cecil. Hale back to the 8th spot. Now Anderson looking to try to make some moves here. Trying to work around that 11 machine of Hines. That is a battle for 9th and 10th with the 8 machine right there as Kremborg looking to try to find a way through there. Eddie as well in that 88 machine. Still Suzio leading the way, opening up the gap now to about 0.7 of a second over Garrett. Battle seems to be to try to crack into the top 10. They're side by side for 10th and 11th. The 57 of Anderson working the bottom line underneath that Hines machine. And the number 11, Eddie Kremborg, and also Shannon, all into this mix right now, battling for 10th. Well, that battle was going on. Mastro looking to try to crack himself up closer towards the front. Works the inside of Turnmeyer, completes the pass for the 4th spot. Turnmeyer trying to look back underneath and fight back, but Mastro with a good run coming off of turn 2 into the dogleg. Top 10 has kind of gone themselves to single file, but this dogfight back here to get into the top 10 still rages on. A lot of combat pilots working around the mile speedway. Barry Hines in the 11 machine right now rolling in 15th. Eddie now in that 88 machine. He's got himself up to 12th. Shannon right now looking underneath that 8 machine of Kramerborg. Anderson right now, the 57 machine, the better of everybody for that battle for the 10th spot. Still side by side as Shark regulars. Shannon and the 32 on the inside, the 88 of Eddie to the outside. These guys run a lot of laps together with that 20 machine now starting to get into the mix of Cray. 7 laps to go. Suzio still at the point. It's Garrett rolling second, Tripp third, but Mastro starting to close in on him in the 4th spot. The front 4 starting to break away. Right now, the 14 machine of Cecil is in 5th. Pelletier, followed by Turnmeyer, as the yellow has come out on the speedway. Taking a look at our replay of the 1 of Wilson, just in front of the 181 of Werdeman. Wilson comes off of turn 2, hits the wall. Werdeman with no time to react, tries to get the thing mowed down, and makes contact in the inside barrier. That's our Mies Targets replay. Our green ready to come out, setting up a green-white checkered to the finish. Suzio again with a great start. Brings the field down into turn number 1. Just 2 laps left to determine our winner. Looks like our timing and scoring is messed up with it, so we'll try to keep you up to date. Lap 69 of 70 right now. Tripp working to the inside of Mastro. Mastro to the outside. That's your battle for the 3rd spot. Back behind him, 14 machine of Cecil trying to close in. Pelletier right there on his back bumper. Tripp, if you remember, early on, lap 1 had the brake problems. Went way to the back, has worked himself back up, trying to crack into the top 3 and get himself a podium. White flag is out. Suzio continuing to be our leader. Garrett rolls in 2nd. Mastro right now in 3rd. A little bit of contact with the 14 machine on that back bumper of Tripp, but Cecil and Tripp able to continue on. Coming off of turn number 4, looking to grab that checkered flag. Maybe the 16 of Suzio with the win. Garrett will go 2nd. Mastro, Tripp, Cecil, Pelletier, Turnmeyer, Anderson, Kramerborg, and Cray round out your top 10 here today. And that'll wrap things up for the Grand American Series recruitment race number 2. You can learn more at raceshark.com about the series that's going to be starting in January. Taking a look at our race recap, our top 25, as we mentioned, Suzio, Garrett, Mastro, Tripp, Cecil rounding out the top 5. And there you can take a look at the rest of the top 25 finishers from today. Thanks for joining us. We'll have more soon with Mayhem Media and Shark Motorsports.